programs that they've been involved with. I have been fortunate to be involved in a number of different programs, particularly travelling to Turkey and experiencing some of the wonderful cultural and faith experiences that broadened my understanding of the culture, my understanding of the faith, and the valuable role that it plays in terms of contributing to the fabric of Australian society. So the work that we're doing with the Australian Intercultural Society in terms of its luncheon program furthers the sort of work that it's been doing over the years in regards to getting people from a range of different backgrounds together to talk about issues of common concern, to talk about faith, to talk about culture.
There are 4 reasons why I'm particularly pleased to be here today. The first is that this is obviously an event of the Australian Intercultural Society, and it seems to me that the beliefs and vision and purposes of the Australian Intercultural Society are amongst the most important purposes one could have. The promotion of intercultural and interfaith understanding is, I think, one of the most important causes of our time. Anyway, I'm very pleased to be in the reality of Melbourne rather than in the unreality of Canada. The third reason I'm very pleased to be here is because of today's topic, secular liberal democracy and religious pluralism in the 21st century, Turkey and Australia. Every word of that title, of Ian's title, I think is very important. And the issues that he's going to address, separation of church and state, freedom of religious belief and practice, freedom from religious discrimination and persecution, and related issues. Each of those is important and contentious in many places.
The signal achievements and long-term trends of both Australia and Turkey happen to be remarkably healthy, so I can, with a clear conscience, accentuate the positive. But there are still active vernacular congregations of Orthodox, Catholic, Protestant, Syriac and Armenian Christians in Turkey. Perhaps 1/5 of the total population is Alevi. And according to historians, journalists and my contacts, for much of the 20th century, any overt seriousness about religious practice meant exclusion from the elites of Turkish society, from the officer corps of the army, for example, so that something resembling atheism was privileged rather than persecuted. That's definitely not the case now, but it is another clue to the religious diversity that is the lived experience of citizens of a country nominally more than 90% of one faith.